celebrating 15 years of Young Turks.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of Young Turks. We come to you from Zinnov Confluence 2017. The theme for the conference this year is towards the new world order at warp speed.
These are how we see the new world order being different. So the number of people to do the work we are doing today is going to dramatically reduce. So that's one big thing. Second, companies are focusing a lot more on customer experience and user experience as a key driver for generating new revenue. And third, the pace in which organizations change is going to be much faster. Before, it takes 5 years to set up an SAP implementation. Like today, with all the newer technologies, they're able to deploy technology in a very, very short time.
The new world order then begs for a highly skilled workforce. And where does India rank? CEO of Altron, a global innovation and engineering consulting firm, says India is right up there. And at least this time around, it's not just cost arbitrage.
The more the clients are telling us, for what's core, I am client, I'm on control, so get me new access to new technology, disruptive technologies, and keep top talent because I need to incubate technology, find an advantage of separation, and when I find it, deploy it at scale. And we do not have enough talent. It is just the way the globe is structured. We don't have enough engineers and scientists in the USA. We just do not have the same scientists in the UK or engineers. So we need to access scientists, consultant engineers where they are. And India is a massive pool of great talent. So it's not cost arbitrage any longer. It is accessing the talent that you need to get things done on the core activity.
If you look at the GICs, companies like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, Intuit, everybody have a center, and they're building some of their complex products from India. So the talent exists in the ecosystem who can build these deep tech products, but they were not just in the startups. Now what we are seeing is these people who are working in these are coming out and starting companies. So our expectation of the next 5-10 years, we're going to see a lot more deep tech, but these are not college students coming out and starting, which is the case today, but more people who are working in GICs coming out and starting companies.
But what will give startups here an edge? Jay Krishnan of Hyderabad-based accelerator T-Hub believes it will be diversity.
When we look at ecosystems across the world, you look at the big ones like Silicon Valley, like Singapore, Tel Aviv, and Israel. The one thing that they have, all of them have over India is diversity. You know, diversity of gender, diversity of technologies, diversity of race, and that adds an element of beauty to the ecosystem that it opens up perspectives. So what we've decided to do is to open up our doors and selectively filter, curate, and scale international startups, focus in on a specific program such that they can come in and bring their perspective for Indian problems. So with that being said, we're launching a series of international Indian market access programs starting in September. That's one of its kind. We already have up to 100 startups from countries like Israel, Hungary, France, Germany, the US of course, who will be coming to T-Hub in September, and we'll be picking them up and then going after sectors that have impact in India.
Talking of startups solving India's problems, we caught up with Shantanu Bhattacharya, who heads up the data sciences team at full stack logistics and supply chain company Delhivery, to talk about the ubiquity of AI. So we are at Zinnov Confluence, Shantanu. The sort of theme for the conference this year is the new world order at warp speed. What does this mean for you? If you had to kind of tell us what this meant for you in the context of Delhivery and the work that you're doing there with data sciences and a logistics and supply chain company, what would that be?
What has happened in the past 10 years, right? You have had three things happening. One, there's a vast amount of data that is being available. The second thing that's happening is that the ability to process that data is increasing rapidly, and it's becoming cheaper. The third thing is that's happening is what I'd call is the experience, the consumer experience is sort of merging on one platform, which is largely mobile platform. Now, what is the application of that as far as the logistics industry is concerned? The last mile cost where our bikers are taking your package and delivering it to your house is very high in India, largely because the addresses are poorly written. So today what's happening, 6,000 of our delivery guys are carrying a program in their mobile phone which every 10 seconds gives us the location, the speed, the direction of travel, and so on. With that, today I know, for example, in Bangalore, what happens on Bannerghatta Road the day it rains. How does the traffic look like? I can predict it. As a result of that, what I can do, I can make my the logistics chain much more optimal on the basis of this data. I can get you a package maybe 4 hours earlier than I used to do.
What is the time frame that you think this problem will be solved and you will be on to solving the next hard thing, because we know that it's hard things that keep you interested?
So the route optimization problems, this year we are doing quite a few pilots. By the end of the year, a lot of it would be largely solved, right? Let me talk about the problem that I see is the next big one. We are solving the problems of the network piece by piece. The first mile, the last mile,
the middle mile,
and all of that stuff, right? If I am able to simulate that on a computer and in real time predict behavior. So for example, I'm looking at the packages that are being delivered in Nasik, right? And I'm able to now talk to the computer in a virtual reality environment saying that create flood. And the computer talks back saying that where? I'd say Bombay-Nasik Road. So the Bombay-Nasik Road is now flooded. Do you now fly from Bombay to Nasik? All of that stuff is going to be possible. We are essentially going to simulate the entire network end-to-end on a computer and start playing with the what-if scenarios, right?
All right. Since we are talking logistics, I'm going to conclude this one by talking about drone delivery. Amazon's testing it, doing it in the US in some parts. Early sort of experiments happening at delivery, maybe.
We are actually running experiments with the last mile deliveries using drone. I think in India, the initial use cases are going to be in and around probably deliveries during disasters. We have tried those out, 1 kg packages, 500 meter type of this, deliveries. I think you'll see sooner or later in the next few years.
What is the quality of deep engineering talent that's available in India? How would you rank it, scale it? Because you worked with best-in-class engineers around the world. And do we really have a skilling problem here in the country?
So the challenge is not the availability of the raw talent. I think the challenge is twofold. One is the availability of the mentors, right? In Silicon Valley, it works because it took 40 years since the early days of Hewlett-Packard before the system evolved. Because there are, absence of mentors and absence of people who have been there, done that, we end up spending a lot of time reinventing the wheel that you would not have necessarily done in the West. And as a result, a lot of people get frustrated and then take a slower path to solving the problem than they would have taken otherwise.
And in the new world order, what will the future of work look like? We caught up with Tapti Bandyopadhyay of Wipro Homes, an artificial intelligence platform for the development of digital virtual agents, cognitive process automation, and visual computing applications to find out. Let's make this real for our viewers, give them an understanding of some of the use cases that Wipro Homes has been able to solve with a good degree of success for its clients or customers.
Most of the time, AI algorithms, are born in labs, and then people go out in the market to find the right problem to fix it, right? Our triggers came from our customers, right? So they gave us certain problems, and then we thought that those problems are actually very easily solvable using neural networks, support vector machines, semantic networks kind of stuff, right?
Give us an example.
We have this know your customer. The turnaround time is much lesser if you do it using the bots.
So what do the bots do in this situation?
So in a corporate environment, the job is even harder, where you have to collect data from multiple disparate sources. That's what the KYC people in a bank, they do, right? And then you have to basically, kind of fill in templates, right?
Right.
So that entire job actually now is being done by some homes assets.
But what impact will this have, Tapti, then, to what humans do? Correct? I think that is becoming a sort of area of concern. Bill Gates tweeted about it some time back, saying that there should be a tax on the work that bots do, that humans were doing, and so on and so forth.
Think of eKYC itself as an example, right? So, the utilization of human brain in repetitive, structured kind of tasks that anyways can be done better by machines any day. So getting human beings do that kind of stuff, first of all, if you ask me, is kind of cruel. And you tell that person that now some bot is there to help you in doing this work. So you can actually think of something like making your customer feel better.
And the values that Tapti, what happens when artificial intelligence and you add EQ to it, an emotional quotient to it, starts performing those human roles?
We are still quite far. We can process emotions, we can sense emotions very well. I mean, I'm talking about we as in the AI bots.
The AI.
The AI bots
Tapti
actually...
and AI has become one.
One, almost. So we can actually sense emotions probably better than people can sense each other's emotions, because we don't miss out anything, right? So humans have this natural tendency, because we have only one microprocessor, right? We will just focus on maybe how your lips move or only how your eyes move, as opposed to a machine that can probably focus at all the thousands and millions of expressions that are being processed simultaneously. So that is where sensing information, capturing and sensing it and then processing it, that is something they will always be good at. But what they will never, probably, at least not in near future, will be able to do is respond. Because responding, emotionally requires a very different creative, instinct in yourself, right?
Right.
And that variability bots will never be able to capture, because we are also very creative. We are also very creative in hiding our emotions, right? So even if I'm feeling slightly jealous that, oh, my neighbor's boy got the gold trophy and I got the silver one, my child got the silver one, I'll still not show it, right? So those kind of stuff, long way to go for the bots.
All right. On that note, it's time for a break, but there's a lot more coming up from Zinnov Confluence 2017. So keep watching Young Turks.
Celebrating 15 years of Young Turks.